Right, welcome back. Time to take a look at what's making headlines in the newspapers now. And we start with the business day and just taking a look at that front page there. Business day this morning going with SARS raids diesel site suspected of diluting. And this, of course, speaking to two sites that they raided belonging to a single person and someone whom they had their eyes on, suspecting that this was a plant that was diluting diesel with paraffin, large scale. So they pounced on that. That's what that story is about. Also, there a picture of Kagiso Rabada, and he, of course, joining the 300 wicket haul of cricket bowlers. So big feat there for him. Steinhoff gets a breather from a reserve bank, and this is some money to pay off some of their foreign creditors. But of course, the case there, the Reserve Bank speaks of a decision that was made that perhaps they shouldn't have made. So can get into the details of that. And also Sasol plant fate in state's hand. And this about the Secunda plant in Mpumalanga. That's the front page of the business day. Let's move on to the Star. Now, they leading with a search for chemical agent source in Soweto poison. Now, business leaders urge Gauteng MEC to prioritize Soweto economy amid deaths of 6 children. The Integrity Network has called on the South African government to take decisive steps against Pakistani-owned shops in the township and the stronger regulations against Pakistani nationals receiving visas into South Africa. The NGO has joined resounding protests against foreign-owned shops, and it's called on the Department of Health to stop the deaths of children. And of course, the Department of Health releasing a statement yesterday in which they indicated that they will be searching for a chemical agent as a possible source for the poisonings that we have seen. Then IFP defends 30 million rand donation to party. The IFP's president, Velenkosini Tlhabisa, defended the political party's long-standing relationship with the wealthy Oppenheimer family, who donated 30 million rand to the IFP before the May 29 elections. Now, in a media briefing that was held in Durban yesterday, Tlhabisa said that he was responding to continued references about IFP being funded by the Oppenheimers, and he said that the IFP remains proud of the decades-long friendship with the Oppenheimer family, which resulted, for example, among others, in the construction of the Mangosuthu University of Technology that was opened in 1979. Also, prepaid electricity users urged to recode meters by November deadline. This is an interesting story, and it goes on to say that South Africa's power utility Eskom is urging prepaid electricity customers to recode their meters by the November deadline as required by the Standard Transfer Specification Association. Now, according to a statement from Eskom, prepaid electricity customers need to recode their meters by November the 24th. And Eskom said that after the deadline, meters will no longer accept electricity tokens unless they are updated to Key Revision Number 2 or KRN2, and there will be no extension to the November 2024 deadline for the token identifier update. That's an interesting story because it would be interesting to get details on that to see how many of these meters have already been recoded, how many are still outstanding, and as they say, the repercussions may be dire, so perhaps we need a little more information on that. Moving on to the Citizen, they going with airspace alarm. Now, with the pool of air traffic controllers at 50% of the required complement and outdated or unmaintained equipment making automated systems as well as radios and radar fail or not function at all, there's a huge risk to the safety of aircraft passengers and crew, according to staff, which is, of course, eye-raising. The DA loses against Cyril Ramaphosa. There's no evidence the president's address on the eve of the general election influenced a single voter, says the Electoral Court. And also, some sports news on the back page. Nabi defends his striker, and that on the back page, of course. Moving on to Sowetan. And Sowetan this morning They are leading with car boot hell ride. My 77,000 rand stolen in 1 hour. Tshwane man recounts his abduction ordeal after responding to a Facebook car advertisement. And the kidnappers used the victim's phone to make transfers via cash send and ATM withdrawals. And then, as they say, about 77,000 rand stolen in an hour. Also, a picture there of the class of 2024 matric pupils at Soshanguve East Secondary School in Tshwane at the beginning of their National Senior Certificate examinations yesterday. And arrested lawyer struck off the roll in 2018. And of course, on the back page, clash of the wounded at Orlando. Pirates taking on SuperSport United, both of course suffering defeats in the Carling Cup this weekend. All right, also our SABC app, don't forget we have SABC Plus, and here you can catch one of the most popular soapies there with Skim Sam, of course, your trusted morning live, all the SABC channels and other soapies, as well as all your radio stations, including a news channel and a sports channel. So all you need to know on the go via the SABC Plus app. And then, of course, we have the SABC website as well. And on the website, all the stories that we cover, there are podcasts as well. So you can go and view in your own time or in real time, because there are some feeds to live events as well. As you can see, the one yesterday by the Minister of Electricity doing his weekly briefing. So all of those stories and more on the SABC website, www.sabcnews.com.